everybody, my name's Michelle and this is my channel Sewing Bunny, and thank you for joining me in today's video, which is all about my December makes. So yeah, it's coming at you a little bit later than I usually would, and that is because I did make a few gifts in December, obviously for Christmas, and I was waiting on one to send to a friend, and they have got that now, so now I can share it. However, I forgot to take any pictures of that one, but anyway, we'll get onto that one in a moment. Hope everyone's doing okay. And yeah, I just thought I'd get straight in there with what am I wearing. And this is a December make. This is the Tilly and the Buttons Freya top. And I made it in this gorgeous, gorgeous jersey, which I got from Andrea from Beyond the Pink Door. And I remember her showing off this fabric in one of her videos. I think it was one of her lives. And I instantly just fell in love with it and I had to buy it straight away. And it's just gorgeous. I love how this has turned out. The Freya top is such a nice quick sew. So this came together really, really quickly. And I think, yeah, you don't actually use a great deal of fabric for it. I know out of a metre, I can get kind of like a half sleeve kind of version, and I've made the full length sleeve here, and I had 1.5 meters that I purchased of this, and I still have a little bit left over, maybe to make some undies or something. But yeah, I just really, really enjoy wearing this because it is so bright and cheerful, and yeah, we all need a little bit of cheering up at the moment, don't we? So yeah, this one always makes me smile. Okay, and then next up, I'm going to show you the Forget Me Not Vera top. And I think this is actually one of the first items I think I made in December, quite early on. If you'd followed me on Vlogmas, then you probably would have seen me sewing this one up. But yeah, I had never heard of this top until I think it was Sam from Frugalissima. She's got a YouTube channel and she did a review of this, and I saw it and I was like, wow, that is an amazing top, and this pattern is free. So I was so surprised that actually this top, being how gorgeous it is a free pattern. I will link Sam's video down below if you want to have a look at her review, because yeah, it made me want to get this top. And so yeah, I made this one up. It came together again really nicely. A few details that I love about this top is you can see here it is a V-neck. Apologies for any creasiness, I haven't really had a chance to iron this one yet. It's been through the wash a few times. But yeah, it's got this V-neck and it comes together really nicely. The instructions are really good for this. And also the sleeves. It comes in a few variations. So you can do this sleeve variation where you gather it into this little short cuff. Or you can do it where this cuff piece is kind of like a long extended cuff, which looks really nice. I wouldn't mind giving that a go at some point. But yeah, this is made out of a viscose jersey. And this viscose jersey came from Felicity Fabrics. And yeah, it's a lovely, lovely quality, this one. And I really like the colour. It's not normally a colour I think that I would necessarily pick because it's kind of like quite a dark kind of like orangey brown. But actually, I really, really enjoy wearing this colour. And yeah, it's a really nice top to wear. And I want to make loads more because, yeah, it's just so versatile. Okay, next up, you're probably not going to be able to see all this in view, but I did a sew-along for the Deer and Doe jacket. And I made it in this lovely boucle, which I got from Fabric Godmother. It's a polyester boucle, but it is so incredibly soft and snuggly, and it's really heavy actually holding it up. It's a really nice jacket. It came together really, really well. I must admit, I did struggle a little bit on the sewing machine with it because it was such a bulky fabric. I mean, you can see there kind of how bouncy it is. But I got there. I'm so happy that I managed to do it. So I made the duster version. So it goes down past my knees and hits my calves. And I put in the 2 front pockets on there. So there's one there and one there. So just little patch pockets. It's also got a tie as well, so you can tie it around the front or tie it around the back. Looks really nice in both options. And also it's got this neckband, if you can see there, that goes all the way around. So this is like wearing a giant dressing gown. I did actually, after I made it, Stuart, my other half, did say, he goes, "Oh, have you made a robe?" I was like, "No, it's meant to be a jacket." And then when I explained to him about it being like a kind of a coatigan, he then kind of understood it. But it's lovely for wearing around the house, especially because it's been so cold here the last few weeks. It's been lovely just chucking on over, you know, a t-shirt or something, and it has kept me so warm and snuggly. So yeah, as I say, I've done a sew along for that. So if you are interested in seeing that, I'll pop a card up here, or I'll put it in the description box below, and you can go check it out. So speaking of sew-alongs, I did actually 2 sew-alongs in December. Don't quite know what I was thinking at the time. Basically, the Deer and Doe jacket and the Whisper blouse by Wardrobe by Me actually came out level pegging on the vote, which I put up on my community tab. And yeah, it came out, I think it was like both of them got like something like 41% of the vote or something. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted to do. And I thought, do you know what? It's December, it's near Christmas. I'll treat you guys and do 2 sew-alongs. And I was also doing Vlogmas as well. So I had so much filming and so much editing to do. But I have to admit, doing that amount in December, usually, if it had been any other time of year, I probably would have been really stressed out about it and thinking, you know, I've got so much commitments and things. But actually, you know, December was actually really quiet for me, you know, personally. I was working full time, but, you know, I wasn't seeing people, you know, not going to parties or anything like that. So I did actually have a bit of time on my hands. So I didn't mind doing 2 sew-alongs. It was a nice little challenge for me. Anyway, the second sew-along was for the Wardrobe by Me Whisper blouse, which is this one. Oh, I love this top so much. You know, sometimes when you make something and you're just instantly like, wow, I'm going to wear this all the time. I have worn this so much. It is so comfortable. I honestly, if you haven't tried it, you should really give it a go. It's such a nice top to wear. So it's a like a loose fitting sort of shirt. Now there are so many different variations on this pattern. You can do like just kind of one that's quite plain. You can do this one like I've done with the front placket. You can do short sleeves, long sleeves, bell sleeves, you know, so many different things. You can also make it into a dress as well. And the fabric that I picked was this double gauze with these gorgeous little sparkles in. And I got this from Felicity Fabrics, but they did give this fabric to me for free in exchange for a review. But that review actually turned into being the full-on sew-along because you guys voted for it. So I've teamed it up with these little gold buttons, which I just got from my stash. I don't know where I got them from initially, but they've been in there for ages, and I just thought it was an absolute perfect little combo. Now this pattern is actually designed for double gauze. When it says about fabric recommendations, it just says double gauze. You probably could use other fabrics, maybe kind of like viscoses and possibly even like cotton lawns or something possibly, but it is perfect for double gauze and it's so snuggly. I don't know if you guys, you know, have sewn with double gauze before, but it's just a really soft fabric. It's kind of like almost a bit like kind of like, you know, like when you have like the baby kind of like the muzzy cloths and things, it kind of feels a little bit like that. It's really soft, and so I find that this really does keep me warm in the colder temperatures, but also I can imagine in the summer it would keep me so lovely and cool. And yeah, I really do like this. And yeah, you may see in my January sewing things that I've done, I did actually make another one because I loved it that much. So yeah, sneak peek there. But yeah, I really liked this, and this fabric is absolutely gorgeous. It was so nice for Felicity Fabrics to send it to me in exchange for my sew along. So yeah, really like that one. Okay, so what else did I sew up? That was everything for me. But I did actually do some sewing as part of Christmas gifts, so I will show you some of those. Now, I do have to say, as I mentioned at the beginning, there was one gift that I did give to one of my lovely friends, but I was very stupid and I completely forgot to take a picture of it. I swear that I put it on my mannequin and took a picture, but I've searched all through my phone and I cannot find it. So you just have to take my word for what it kind of looks like. But you may have seen that I made a Bertha cardigan from Tilly and the Buttons. I can't remember exactly when it was, might have been like October or November, and it was in a pink sweatshirting. Sorry, not sweatshirting, sweater knit. And I do actually have fabric very similar to it, which I will grab because it's just up there. So I've just taken this out of my fabric stash. So it's this sweater knit, which is really nice and stretchy and super soft. And this one is my mustard colourway. I've also got it in a red kind of berry colourway. And I made myself a Bertha cardigan using the rose pink colourway of this, and I will insert a picture of it so you can see what that looks like, because yeah, that was just, this fabric was just perfect for that pattern. And I just thought my friend would really like one as well. So I went back to First for Fabrics, which is where I picked these up, and I actually picked up the champagne colourway. So it was a lighter colour than this. It was kind of in between this and the rose pink. It was kind of, well, champagne colour. And yeah, as I say, I'm so disappointed that I forgot to take a picture of it. Yeah, so I made that up into a Bertha cardigan as a gift for my friend. So yeah, hopefully you get the idea of it. Sorry I can't show it to you, but yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that's what I made. Okay, and then next up, I did make something for my lovely other half, Stuart, and I made him a pair of Hudson Pants. So these are the Hudson Pants by True Bias. They come in a women's version and a men's version. You do have to buy the pattern separately, so you either have to buy the men's or the women's. So I've already had the ladies' pattern and I bought the men's version. They are very similar to the ladies' version, but they just have a slightly different kind of cut to them, so they're a little bit looser. I think possibly there's a few other like little differences and bits and bobs, but yeah, it's a lovely pattern. And you're probably not going to see them too well here because it's a dark colour, but I got this French terry from, where was it? I think it might have been the Maker's Merchant. I think I got this from. I can't quite remember, to be honest. And yeah, it's got lots of cat hair on it already. These have been through the wash a few times now because Stuart does like wearing them. But yeah, cat hair just sticks to them. So you can probably see a few details here. These are the pockets and the waistband here. Now, what I've done differently on these is usually I make like a little channel. There's a drawstring that normally goes in, but on mine I tend to not put the drawstring in because I don't think it's needed. And I instead, on this one, rather than doing the 2 lines of stitching, which I've done on my others, I've actually just anchored it in place. So just done a few lines here, a few lines here. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Can you see there? Just so it anchors it in place. Done that in a few points so that the elastic doesn't twist around, and it's been absolutely fine. Just because I think Stuart would have preferred just this kind of look for it, whereas I quite like the 2 lines of stitching, but I thought he would actually prefer it without. So yeah, these are really, really easy to make. There we go, you've got some little cuffs at the bottom there as well. Really easy to make, and I think they make a perfect gift. I made them as a surprise, so I didn't actually measure Stuart at all with the elastic. I guessed, which I know is a bit risky. But what I did is I managed to nab a pair of his other joggers and get my elastic and kind of measure it around his current joggers that he has to kind of get the similar kind of size of that, and use that. I know that's a bit risky, but actually these fit him perfectly. And I think probably it's actually, I probably shouldn't say it, but it's probably actually quite a good thing to do if you do want to make a surprise, because they are stretchy. Then it doesn't matter if you make them maybe a little bit small, so because they can just stretch out. But yeah, that's a little tip there. If you do want to make them as a little surprise, then yeah, measure maybe another pair of their joggers, which is maybe like a similar style. But yeah, because I did want to make it a surprise, so yeah, he really liked those. And then of course, you know, if I'm making gifts and things, then I have to make some bits for my lovely mum. And I don't have them obviously here with me because they've already been given to her. And my mum's so sweet, because I did take pictures of the items I made her and put them on my mannequin so I could show you guys. But she wanted to do a little bit of modelling herself, so she tried them on and sent them to me and said that she was happy for me to share them on my channel. So first off, I made my mum a dress. So she really liked the look of my Nina Lee South Bank sweater when I made it before. I've made two now of those, and she really liked it. And I think it was actually in my comments on my review video of the South Bank sweater. She did actually say, oh, I really want one of those. And I was like, oh, well, you know, Christmas is coming, you know, would you like one? And yeah, she said that she did. And I sent her some fabrics and things, you know, pictures as to what she wanted. And she wanted a plain one. And she picked out this gorgeous purple French terry, which I got from Poppy Bear Fabrics. Really nice quality French terry, and yeah, made that up for her. And I will say I will insert a picture of her here so you can see it made up. Now, a few tweaks that I did for my mum is my mum didn't want the bottom band on because she wanted it kind of about knee length, and I think she thought if the band was on, you know, kind of cinching in a bit, it might look a bit strange at that length. So I made it without the band. But of course, the South Bank sweater dress is actually quite a short dress, and I had to lengthen it when I made it. So what I did for my mum is I actually created the length that I did in her version. So what I did is I laid the pattern pieces out, and what I did is I got the band piece and rested it against, you know, kind of the bottom part of the dress piece, and added that length on. Obviously not actually cut out the band, but just added that length on, and then also added an additional 2.5 inches, because I added 2.5 inches onto my version. My version sits just above my knee, and my mum is a bit shorter than me, so she is 5'4". And so I thought, well, actually, if it sits just above the knee on me, then on my mum, it should hopefully sit at the knee. So I kind of thought that would be a good way of working it out. And I'm so pleased that when she tried it on, that it did fit her kind of where I think she wanted it to sit, which was just at the knee. As for her measurements and things, I did ask for her measurements. I do have a few tops and things that I make for her, but I wanted some of her other measurements as well, just so I could make sure that that dress was okay. And she tried it on, and I think she looks gorgeous in it, and I'm so pleased that it does fit her well. And then so I made her the South Bank sweater dress, and I thought, well, she needs a little surprise in there as well. So I made her one of what she calls her tops, which is the Sew Over It Molly top. This is from one of the Sew Over It ebooks. I think it is the City Break ebook, which is their first one they brought out. And I love the Molly top. If you've seen any of my tops and things that I make, you know that I make that over and over again. And my mum also loves that top as well. So I made her a top out of that, which was fabric from Felicity Fabrics again. I think it was in their Black Friday sale, I think it was. I managed to pick up some gorgeous jersey, which was like on this grey background, and it had all these beautiful little birds on. And I knew that my mum would love that. My mum loves birds and things, so I thought that would be absolutely perfect for her. So yeah, made her one of those. I have to admit, when the fabric arrived from Felicity Fabrics and I saw it, I was like, oh, I really wanted to keep that for myself. But I was like, no, I deliberately bought that for my mum. So yeah, that was a nice little surprise to give her as well. Okay, so that was everything that I made in December. Let me know what you think. Have you made any of those patterns, or did you make any garments as gifts, you know, over the festive period? And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, thumbs up would be lovely, and I will speak to you all in my next video. Take care. Bye.